won't you come over? Dying to know where you came from. We're breaking open. Feel like our future's just begun. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world. Waiting for no one. We're heading straight up for the sun. They'll never notice. We'll take these cities on our own. And all I know is that we lost time. If we stay right here, we could free ourselves inside. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together. Just lead me into your world. We'll stay awake forever. We'll hide away when no one knows. Let's run away together on our own. Just lead me into your world.
Waiting for the phone call telling me it's wrong. Hello and good morning. Well, at least it's still morning here. I'm going to try to pick up on some of the stuff that I worked through since last night's stream. Mostly kind of decided that the raw Stream Deck API is probably more work than I want to deal with right now. And I was actually really ready to kind of just throw in the towel on this, except I joined Bar Raiders Discord server, and one of the nice people there said they were just about ready to release their TypeScript SDK for Stream Deck. I thought that sounded really cool. I know that when I say I'm about to release something, that can mean any minute now or a month from now. Well, in this case, it turned out to be like within an hour. So it actually changed my mind a little bit on potentially just dropping this project. So I'm going to try to see how quickly I can spin up something using this new library and if I can just be happier overall. Also, the same person helped me figure out how to avoid having to refresh the screen or restart the application all the time. And it makes sense, but it's also really ridiculous, and if it was in the docs, it definitely wasn't clear, at least to me. So hopefully today's stream, however long I actually end up getting to do this, will be a little more pleasant than it had been in the past. Because I think we did 6 hours so far trying to get this stuff to work, and yeah, I think this will hopefully go a little better. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to code. What I did first of all here is I created a brand new directory. I copied the manifest because I think the manifest, there wasn't anything necessarily wrong with the manifest. I want to do something different with the icons, but we'll see if it actually works without that. So I'm going to try and link this. So let's go to deck. All right, so let's directory web. There we go. Happened last time. What was wrong with it? I don't know why I couldn't put that in quotes. Anyway, doesn't matter. And so we're going to do conf by dev. Okay, so that is fine. Let's do. Guess I'll do stream beat. Oh, we'll do. I guess I do have to do some, at least a little bit of modification inside my projects. Do. Okay, so that should actually give us a brand new UUID. I want to see if this actually shows up correctly. Category 2, and this might actually require. Okay, so code path back. So the manifest is here. Would have been fine. Oh. So what did I do wrong? Restream IO. Okay, so all right. And it does not. So I think that's the one that's already there. Why is this not working? Check IO2. Both have a manifest. If any of this stuff doesn't actually. Let's do. All right, so let's copy some more information from the project. Plug in HTML. Property inspector. Index.html, we're going to switch this to plugin and property inspectors, property. After that, I'm going to try doing something with actions. Possible those also need to be there. Okay, cool. So now we have it. So it must actually be doing some sort of checking to make sure that the manifest is actually working. It's a little odd though for me because it seems like it shouldn't matter. Because the manifest has all of this information, but I guess the plugin itself probably can't be active unless the HTML file is there. So the plugin's probably broken right now, but it is actually enough there that we must decide to actually here, and let's bring channel out. So we are going to place it, and here it's actually pulling in a bunch of the information from the doc HTML file we copied over from the sample here. So manifest-wise, the icons, category icon. Yeah, so that's not actually even doing anything. Like that isn't a. Those are static names. Okay. Package JSON. So we're actually going to do this. And so let's install a few things that we need to install with this. We have TypeScript and Browserify. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this in afterwards. So, because I want to try and use the same build tool set that, or build tool chain that this person is using. Okay, and then we'll do dev dependency. We'll just borrow their tsconfig file. So, yes, using source example. So what I'm going to actually add is what are they doing? Inside example, they have counter PI and counter TS and action. So I'm going to do, I'm going to simplify this a bit. So we'll do actions and include node modules and spec files. I thought it's saved by default, but apparently not saving. Flipping off police, drinking beers underage in a swimming pool. But times have changed and we're old now. I think our heat's getting cold now. And now I'm just in love with your cold shoulder. Cause we fight and then we make love. We break up and then we 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. Doesn't mean. I don't think I actually need that for this kind of project. Dev dependencies, no tests, and then what they have set up for this is TypeScript and watch and build and browser. Tell me what you gonna do when they catch us, when they pull out big guns and they blast us. The final end to our mad love. Cause we find and then we make love. So we've got watch, we've got build. 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck. Nobody can change us. When we dance and then we fall. Seems like you'd want to also run browser effect, but add the dev dependency while we're here. All right. No inputs found. And I think that makes sense. So examples, we want counter.ts. Include actions. That means those two files need to exist, so let's just touch them for now. Okay. So what do we end up with? Dist, PS files, JS files. Okay, makes sense because we aren't actually doing anything here. But at least the build tool is actually working. So let's do build browser. All right, can't walk dependency graph, cannot find modules. Okay, so this could be not find module counter.js. Okay, so why is it looking for counter.js? Ah, because plugin in HTML is probably looking for. Huh. Interesting that anything in here at all knows about counter.js. I think I had brought in now package.js. Nice. All right, so we got plugin, bundle, and plugin to, and this is I think that'll work. All right, so dist bundle. Cool. Right. Again, it's not doing anything, but I'm fine with that for right now. Let's see. So we actually look at what we're trying to build. Start with counter, and so counter is basically the plugin. So don't really know TypeScript very well. Didn't know that it had nice little decorators, but can read the code relatively well, so I think it's probably okay. So let's go ahead and start actually building out this code. So look here. I'm going to keep the old version open just so that we can reference it. Because there might, if we get far enough into it, we might find more things that would be interesting. Okay, so in the actual plugin, let's go ahead and create a class. So we'll do class restream.io. And looks like we're going to need an instance of plugins. And let's see if we can pull this in. Cool. Okay, so it's actually coming in correctly. Typo. Right. Cool. And then counters, I'm not going to worry about just yet because these actual things are actually instances of the actions. So not really sure what to do with that yet. So I'm going to call initialize. Oh, let's do plugin. Hit. I think I will put this here for, no, I'm not going to, because it's going to require us to specify types. So this is how we get the core Stream Deck plugin instance stuff with. And then we'll appear. This was the thing that I wasn't sure, I didn't get at first, but this decorator is looking for the will appear event, but specifically for this action. So if we wanted to, we could actually do different things more easily for our different actions. So I'm going to do, since we're doing channel, guess I'll copy it for now. Probably drop a lot of it. So on event will appear, but in our case, we are looking at UUID. So when it will appear, this function will be called. So we'll do create. This may not be the appropriate wording for Stream Deck programs, but it will make my life easier. So this is actually going to be responsible for creating the channel action. So if we look here, it's looking at the counters that are already there. If it finds it, nothing happens. Otherwise, it creates it. So it's more or less a cache of counter actions. So for now, I close this, but if I can do console log from TypeScript, creating a channel. Will appear event, so we're pulling that in now. And this might actually be enough to see if it's actually due, because go to actually, we should be able to get some feedback from this, I think. Let's see if we can follow this again, and then oh, that's not at all right. Oh, this. The right side of the screen. There it is. Okay, so the other thing that I discovered was this easier way to reload stuff. So we have emerald clock. There one isn't here. So let's go ahead and reload this. Okay, so we do have the inspector here. So this is our property inspector, but we don't have the plugin itself. I am gonna restart it one time and see if it fixes this. Still don't have. Pull another instance. Test plugin inspector. Oh, test plugin. It's down here. That's why the manifest has test plugin in it somewhere. Inspect restream. Ah, oh, this is using. Okay, okay, so that's actually using this title. So we'll do deck. Similar over here. There we go. Plugin inspector. Okay, so these pages are still loaded from before, so reload here. Okay, Stream Deck Restream V2. Probably figure out a different name. Property inspector. Go here. Okay, creating a channel action. Alright, so that makes sense. That's what we wanted to do. I'm going to create another channel. Okay, cool. So it's actually pulling up both of them. So you can see that that's actually... I feel like this is already way easier and nicer than what we were doing on the last few days, because this is like, hey, check it out. The channel is about to appear, and it just works. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's see. What else is going on here? Okay, so on key up, so this is sort of the stuff that we did before with handling a key being pressed, so a channel key being pressed. We're going to use the same name here. Event. So this is trying to find the instance of the action that it's referring to. In our case, we don't have one, so we're just going to log up. Only getting the context, but this should be enough to see that there's a different value between the two different buttons when we press them. Also, we can rename this to whatever we want to, so let's do press channel. And so this is on the plugin, so I think that means we can reload the plugin. So it created 2 channel actions, and if I push one of them, nothing happened. Okay, so there's still something not quite right. We aren't getting any errors. Alright, so up. Not working. I have it correct. Oh.
I'm already gone.
Okay, so let's see if the information I got was incorrect. That we do have to no, so it's not actually. So there's something else missing. Let's see if there's I have to start the plugin. So it looks like we must get will appear regardless. Let's see if this actually makes a difference. It will be interesting if it actually listens to one of the events but not the other. That didn't seem to.
I don't understand it. This wasn't the plan. Don't wanna demand it. I've done what I can.
Okay, so there's something going on that isn't allowing the actually work. Will appear is working, but key up is not. And I wonder how much of it may have to do with it not being configured correctly. Icon. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can copy the old images. Images. All of those. theory, these should all be the same now. I think we actually have images. Okay, cool. So we actually have images. It was definitely something that could potentially have been causing issues. Still not doing anything. Okay, is there something that I'm missing? Tech restream. Just the V2. We have SD init. We have it marked as plugin. Event. Add this just in case we this for something. So it did receive settings. So this is receiving settings for everything. Let's actually make sure this log isn't. It's not getting it. Must be missing something else here. So we're calling new. Or if we have to have the property inspector configured before some of this works also. Copy this. So it wasn't obvious to, it's not obvious to me why this would have to be, but oh crud. Alright, so this is going to be a problem for me. I'm not rebuilding, so I'm gonna have to get used to that for sure. While this may be part of it, it's more likely that I haven't been initializing things. Because I haven't been initializing things. So it's going to call request settings. Leave settings. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of this stuff, but I haven't been remembering to rebuild everything. Well, I'm not sure what the workflow is supposed to be for Browserify. Oh, Browserify let you do watch? Watchify, caching bundler as you develop, so. Okay, so let's see. It's a plugin. So how does the plugin work? Okay, so let's try it. So do Browserify, and let's Watchify plugin. Okay, so if it all works, then awesome. If not, then I think there's probably, I know that I've done in the past some things with parallel jobs so that I could just do npm watch. It would do all three, but I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. So let's see what happens if something. If there's like watchify for both. Show when a file is written. All right. Do those. Okay. How did that return right away? Be at the end? All right. Okay, so now we should be able to see if changes if it actually hits them all correctly. Didn't end up doing anything for the property inspector because I made it changed for plugin. So that makes sense. So at least now, hopefully it's going to keep things updated. Since I've done a bunch of weird stuff, I'm going to make sure everything is fresh. Alright, creating channel action. And so we're still not getting anything else here. The will appear is being called. Keep settings is not. Ah, we're actually getting key presses. Okay, well, that's good. So that means that... Actually, I'm going to switch my standing desk here. Alright, so we have key up being pressed, so first key starts with B5. Second key starts with E8. B5, E8. Okay, cool, so this is working. We didn't ever receive settings, but maybe that's okay because there are none. Like, I haven't set any settings yet. Property Inspector definitely isn't setting any settings. Let's open up the Property Inspector for the plugin, and let's see if this does anything. Press. Alright, so it popped up. Property Inspector. Failed to reload. Doesn't have the CSS file, so requesting settings, settings received. Okay, so let's see where we are. Settings handler did receive settings. And requesting settings. Those things at least happen in the right order, which is good. All right, let's add the CSS. Don't have any idea where all. Okay, cool. Well, now we have something that looks a little more. All right, so count is 1, steps is 1. I don't think these values are actually going to change correctly because I'm not doing a whole lot here. Save button. The thing that I have difficulty with on the property inspectors, I feel like each of my types may have different property inspectors. So putting it all in one place seems a little odd to me, but I also get that that may not actually be the truth. So what I want to do is see if I can start building this out for the common case. So the common case is going to be not steps. Let's item. Count and select item label, item group. Select. I'm going to look back at so there was a style guide. Property inspector. Okay, so text field, text area, button, select. Okay, so item. know if that's required as much as option. No, if the style looks a lot better. Okay, so yeah, the style looks more there's groups. So if we are in our plugin, get element by ID. These are actually getting them by the account ID. Select element. This here. Pivot. For a actually let's okay, I was missing here. So okay. Thing that we want to do now is catch some behavior. So on click was supposed to actually set the settings based on these values. Which I think is probably okay, actually. We're actually going to change values, but in general, the fact that there is a save button we just don't want count in steps at this point. Get selected value. I think should work. And in our case, it's going to say new. Because that's all it really can say at this point. Did receive settings. This will be a little more tricky. Because we want this stuff. Named item. Assignable to okay, so this should get us ID. With that value. So if then going to create annually. If this works like I expect. Restream IO. Not read property. Okay. Okay, so let's see. In theory, settings should work. Saving settings. I have a little bit of a better handle on what's. So when we get data back, it should look like one or the other. Saving settings, Beau Simensen. So using the value Beau Simensen. Channel did receive settings, so the plugin itself receives settings for Beau Simensen for the Restream account ID. If I go back in, it says new. So that's sort of to be expected because settings received got that value and this code probably isn't. Oh. Okay, so this doesn't actually. Settings. Not actually doing settings. Possible this will still work. Else. All right, so cannot find an option with that name. Find. Options. Get and set the value and then key. Alright, so I think I actually have to go over these. But I get it. So, TypeScript doesn't work. TypeScript. Bugs. They use other examples. Fine. I think I could probably do that.
Count to 10, and we'll be where we wanna. When you're next to me, I can't pretend. You've got me feeling like you're where I wanna be. Please don't let me go. I need you right here by my side. So won't you
Did both of
lay
these.
with me tonight? You could be the one that I've been wanting all my life. 'Cause when you're looking at me,
But it did actually set the right one. Working. Call that a win. So if I go to the other instance, it says new. Beau Simensen. This one says Beau Simensen though. So something about this one's not working. So let's see. Settings received. Oh, because I didn't save it. So it's actually working the way it's supposed to. So this one's Beau Simensen, this one. Cool. Okay, so I feel like we've made a lot more progress with this than the raw version that we've been using for a little while. So I'm pretty excited about this. I feel like we could probably actually maybe finish this out, maybe another session or two. I did get the restream communication stuff working. So maybe real quick, let's see if I can do something. Add a listener, remove all the counts. Okay, so save button gets called. Might be interesting to hide the save button if changes haven't happened, but I don't know. What I just experienced of thinking I had set something and then forgot to save it is something I'd like to avoid because I don't think that would be. Alright, so the account ID select is what we're actually going to do to frame.io dot on change. Let's see if we get some functions going on. Click. Changed. Ooh. Value didn't change. There it did. Didn't do it. Okay, change value to new. Actually do on click. If that thing that could be difficult here is if it's new to begin with. There's no way to actually set that. So what we could do instead maybe is could actually have a separate thing as connect new with the link. See if that's something that would be checkbox alignment. Group heading meter line. Details, content, more info. Okay. message. It's kind of a hack, but I might actually be fine with it. Go in the item. Okay. I did that notch. Now it's doing a thing. Details. Message element, default state is closed. It only shows the message in this. Message element. For further information, you can click the summary to use. Wrap to be regulars. Okay. Okay, so class message summary. We do. What I'm looking for is to see if we can make it easier to add. So script. So previous index is not equal to current index. Unselected. So try that. That might solve all of this. I thought this would be an interesting thing to do, but this actually seems really annoying. Like, not actually working very well. So let's see. Select. Vector. New. Beau Simensen art. Complete setting it correctly. This event. Oh, it's doing click. Fast. So select. Why is this? Why is this here? This isn't an actual. other. No, that's... Alright, so we'll do onChange. Let's do... If you stream value, we're just going to return. So we don't want to do anything anytime the handler triggers if it has to do with new. So anytime someone clicks on new, so someone actually selects new and changes to that value to trigger. If somebody's already on new and they click it again, you have to be mouse up. Annoying. Been tricky for me to remember that I shouldn't click anywhere else, otherwise it hides. Okay, so Beau Simensen, selected value Beau Simensen, new, but did it twice. Now it's only two. So I wonder if I can do the opposite up here. Change is not equal to new. Is equal to new. Art. To Beau. New. 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 Okay, actually I think that's probably okay. So anytime someone clicks new, it should trigger anytime someone clicks new, we can do something special, and that's totally fine. So the other option, having new bottom. Empty value. This would be the other possibility it uses. Somebody starts out with none. In which case, oh, yeah, okay, that count none. Use Beau Simensen. Expected value is none. New. Back to none. I'm thinking that clicking new could automatically trigger the workflow for actually creating a new account. Same way that it would on Switch. Use new for account, it triggers that workflow. How do I do? I'm trying to figure out if it's worthwhile. Alright, so we are doing I guess the other option would be this. If there is already a value, there will be otherwise. So new where we can tie into or load URL. Eventually this will be not hard-coded. Okay, so that would work. The next piece would be we have to handle this. see if this will work, because this, I don't know if that's going to keep piling on additional event listeners or not. If it is, it's going to be a memory leak, but I don't know how else to scope things here. We need to be able to listen for post messages to come back. So I think we just need to accept this for now. What is that? Ah. That's a global setting. Just pass in. Pass in that data for now. Oh. This is at the property inspector level, and at the plugin level, we didn't get global data, but we don't have anything listening to them. Go ahead and wow. What? There we go. Let's go into our plugin. Global settings. Okay, so this, new, file, that, and did receive global setting. Payload, settings, it has a restream token with all the information we need. Wow, okay, so it took us 6 to 7 hours to get even kind of close to this before, and this only took like 2. I'm pretty happy with this. I think this actually is may not stream building this anymore because I'm kind of tired of this content. And I'm going to have to actually start doing stuff with the actual tokens, not just the obscured token that I put here. But yeah, I think that I think I have everything I need here to be able to actually make this work, which would be pretty cool given 2 hours ago I was wondering if I was ever going to finish this. So yeah, this new TypeScript library is pretty nice. A bunch of other really good examples out there for like Windows people building stuff, but as far as like JavaScript or anything that's like cross-platform friendly, not as much. Anyway, well, if you joined me this morning, thank you, and looking forward to maybe kicking off something else a little different next week. Thanks, bye.